Hello and welcome to this week's Power Engineering International newscast. I'm Tildy Bayar. In the news this week, Aboitiz joins the hunt for Chevron's geothermal assets, Statoil gets the green light for a floating wind farm project in Scottish waters, Arriva wins a nuclear decontamination contract in Germany, and how a gas-fired power plant in Rwanda aims to solve a local pollution problem. Aboitiz Power Corporation is mulling a bid for Chevron's geothermal assets in Indonesia and the Philippines. Chevron's geothermal energy blocks are valued at about $3 billion and are already being pursued by French utility Engie, Japan's Marubeni, and several Southeast Asian companies. Chevron is selling assets, cutting jobs globally, and slashing capital spending to save cash and preserve dividends amid weak oil prices. Chevron holds a 40% interest in the Philippine geothermal production company, which produces steam energy for third-party owned geothermal power plants with a combined capacity of 692 megawatts. It remains unclear whether Chevron would offer its Indonesian and Philippine geothermal assets to bidders in separate blocks. Statoil is set to develop a floating offshore wind farm 25 kilometers off Scotland's northeast coast. A lease for the 30-megawatt Hywind project was granted this week by the UK's Crown Estate. The wind farm will feature 5 6-megawatt turbines sited in waters over 100 meters deep. Work is expected to begin later this year, with erection of the turbines planned for 2017. Once completed, the wind farm is planned to power around 20,000 households. Statoil said the project aims to demonstrate the feasibility of multiple floating wind turbines in a region that has optimal wind conditions, a strong supply chain within oil and gas, and supportive public policies. France's Arriva is to play a significant part in the decommissioning of the 1,345-megawatt Grafenrheinfeld nuclear power plant in Germany. E.ON Kernkraft has selected the company to decontaminate what is Germany's oldest nuclear power plant. The proposed work is aimed at reducing the radiation level in the water reactor's pressure vessel, auxiliary systems, and piping. Arriva will use 2 techniques which involve progressive injection of chemical products into the reactor's primary circuit. The process can be applied while the plant is in operation. On completion, the chemical substances will be decomposed into carbon dioxide and water with no waste product. Arriva said its process can also be used as a preparatory measure before decommissioning, which can help reduce leftover radioactive waste. Work is planned to be completed during the 4th quarter of this year. A gas-fired power plant inaugurated this week in Rwanda's western province will add much-needed power to the nation's grid while solving a local pollution problem. The 25-megawatt Kivu-Watt plant was developed by Wärtsilä and is owned by US-based power project developer Contour Global. It is powered by 3 Wärtsilä 34SG engines running on methane gas extracted from Lake Kivu near the city of Kibuye. Lake Kivu has been called a killer lake due to the large amounts of methane gas trapped under a layer of heavy water washed out of nearby volcanoes. When the gas concentration gets too high or the lake is hit by one of the region's regular earthquakes, the gas can be set free, posing a threat to local residents. Wärtsilä said the plant's engines are optimized to run on Lake Kivu's gases, which have a lower heating value than normal natural gas. To fuel the plant, the methane is lifted from a depth of 300 meters by a barge anchored 13 kilometers offshore. The gas is purified on the barge and transported to shore through an underwater pipeline. That's all for us for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. In the meantime, keep up with the latest power sector news by following our website, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and you can also subscribe to our weekly e-newsletter.